I don't like it, Cameramendi. I don't like it at all. Someone has been down here in my study. Yes.
Indeed.
My glasses are missing. Other things are missing, Cameramendi.
So
Don't like it.
Here's what happened. We have a good friend. His name's Mike Dunn.
Yes, Mike Dunn from Gaming Trend Magazine.
Yes.
Actually, E-Zine, if you really want to be true. Yes, but I still call it Gaming Trend Magazine.
Okay. Well, Mike lives in the Springs, and his internet went out yesterday, and he was supposed to be interviewing a new D&D cooking show thing that's happening.
A new D&D cooking show thing.
If Mike happens to have the link and he happens to be here, which I doubt he is, put it in the chat.
Well,
and so
Michael.
he called a favor from the wizard.
Yes, I
and-
told him he could come over here and use the conference room.
Yes, I just thought, though, wouldn't it be so much more fun if he did the interview
Yes.
from the throne? And I think that
He got a lot of props from what I understand, yes.
So it's just good advertising.
No,
for
I just
Gooey
wonder
Cube.
if Mike stole my glasses. This is what I want to know. Where are my glasses, Cameramendi?
I think they're in the drawer or they're somewhere. So,
the drawer doesn't even open, Cameramendi.
Well, it does. It's just that we will have to figure out the glasses situation.
Okay, this is really bad.
You can tell that
Cameramendi.
he's really in a tizzy over the glasses.
Listen, when you grow out of glasses, you can't read. When you can't read, you can't do what you plan.
I literally remember Alexander holding up the glasses and saying, "Whose glasses are these?" And I say, "They're Alphinius's. He needs them to read." But then I don't know what Alexander did with the glasses. Anyway, so it's a mystery.
So it is Alexander's fault.
No.
eh?
No. It's no one's fault. So
Alexander, I'm
Okay.
watching you.
okay.
Well, anyway, good morning, friends. It is I, Alphinius Goo. Yes, here with Cameramendi, losing my glasses and other things. Yes. Say hi, Cameramendi.
Hello, the puppy is in the studio
And
today.
little Mutt. Yes, what Muttley? What is it? Muttley, right?
Lady.
Lady
Lady Gray.
Yes, Muttley.
Lady Gray.
Little Muttley.
Anyway,
She's pretty cute. Put her back up there again. Let's see
Okay,
her.
yeah.
Yes, look at it. Yes,
she is
little
pretty
Muttley.
cute. She's like, what is
You
going
got
on
the name
here?
of Muttley. Muttley is way better than Lady Gray.
I just, we're in potty training right now. So she'll be coming into the studio if Adam isn't home for a little bit.
Oh, so she can pee in the studio.
No, she's gonna sit in my lap.
If she leaves,
She'll just sit in my
if
lap.
she leaves a little turd on my foot, I'm going to be really.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody
is
likes
taking a
turds
turn.
on their feet. Tell the truth, chat. Nobody likes a turd.
We have an amazing show for you today that has
Yes,
nothing
an
to do with
amazing
glasses,
show. And
nothing to do with
turds.
puppies, and nothing to do with turds. We are going to be doing a Blood for the Con preview. It's going to be amazing. Alphinius has been working
yes.
really hard on this adventure.
Very
I'm very
exciting.
excited to see what you have come up with.
Yes.
We-
And this is only the first part. It's going to be a 2-part series because we're going to do it. Now I'm going to tell you something else real quick.
What?
Come hell or high water, as his grandpa Shu used to say. Yes.
Did he use finger?
Who is Grandpa Goo, really, in the world of Zyathé. Grandpa Goo, adored by many of the Goolings that are all over the place. And apparently the family continues to expand, according to Patrick, yes, with a little help from Chet and Harry and this whole Way and Fair thing. And of course, Geeky is involved. Michelle even is involved with the periphery. And a Marcus. Marcus is always dancing around with his little sneaky moves. Yes, there's all kinds of shenanigans going on a consistent basis, Cameramendi. Jen Bullock has not put up any crazy posts lately, but I expect they're coming soon.
Where's this all coming from? Also, I just want to side note that Twitch held back Chet's comment. He said, lost glasses and pee-pee.
Twitch held it back?
Yeah, for
because he
pee-pee.
said pee-pee? Nobody ever say pee-pee in Goo Morning Zyathé or anywhere else on Twitch. You'll remember that phrase? No pee-pee.
We're having a morning. I was really optimistic about the show today.
It's going to be great,
It is going to
Cameramendi.
be
Yes,
great.
yes. Just no turds.
It will be great. Hang out for that.
Yes, hang out.
Where are you
Enjoy.
going? Where were you going with your rant? I got very lost in the rant.
I don't even remember what I was ranting about.
I don't
Oh,
know.
yes, all of the shenaniganators.
Oh, yes.
And there's a few more of them that are starting to rear their ugly heads. Thank you, Jim, for not being a shenaniganator. You too, Kevin, for just putting up cool posts. Adam has been putting up some great posts lately. Michelle put up this crazy clawed freaking caterpillar thing that really freaked me out. Yes, it was off the... Oof. Yeah, not very good. Yes, and many others. Yes, so we will... Oh, yes, Patrick Kenny.
I have to give Patrick so much credit for this whole thing he has going on.
It's so funny.
It is so
It's
amazing to me that he has continued this.
Yeah, it's really hilarious.
We really
if you didn't read this, you have to read this.
It is
it's
hilarious.
Really funny. Yeah, it is definitely not. Anyway, yes, you need to read this.
And his design skills, sensibilities are getting better and better.
Slowly.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now, Patrick, that the tightness of the image on the right-hand side to the text in the column, and the column not being quite lined up. Yes, this is a little bit of a design faux pas.
Your creative direction is coming out.
But the rest of it is looking pretty good.
Yes, indeed. Great work, Patrick. I love this situation you have going on here with your little head cannon.
We have to give away another shenaniganator thing here pretty soon, don't we?
We've never even given away the first one.
Well, then we probably got to give away like 3 of them.
There was no prizes ever ascribed.
Just top shenaniganator is all you got?
I mean, if you want to, I can figure out a prize, like a button. What if we made a button that
says King Shenaniganator or
Yeah.
High Shenaniganator or something like that?
How about that?
You could probably do something like that.
But what if we made one button and the shenanigators had to pass it between them?
Oh, then they have to mail it back.
Yeah.
It costs shipping charges and
We'll-
stuff.
we'll
And
make it-
somebody's going to
we'll make it
steal
not
that
a cool
damn
button.
pen
We'll
because that
make
would be
it-
a great shenanigan, right? Just steal it. We could put a turd on it.
Oh my God.
It could be the High Shenaniganator and have a turd
Oh my God.
with a little crown.
Thank you, Chet. Chet says, another contest, poor Mandy. And I do agree with that. I said it last week.
Stop
and
it, Chet.
I'm standing by it. I am right now because I'm trying to figure out GaryCon stuff, and we can talk about GaryCon super quickly.
Yes, and we got a lot to talk about for GaryCon because Pam is putting together the virtual GaryCon,
Yes.
right, for all of that stuff, and she's doing a great job. And Pam, we love you, and we miss you, and we're looking forward to seeing you at Genghis Con. I guess there's a lot of people coming to Genghis Con
Yes.
again. We can't wait. So exciting, yes. Look at Randolph. What a magnificent background. You know what that background is, cameraman D?
Yeah, it's from Guys and Gags.
Guys and Gags.
But no, this is super exciting.
I have news. My first portrait came back approved
Ooh.
by Ed Greenwood, who is excited to be a star in Guys and Gags as his character. The first one.
We're starting to name drop. Well, I did, just so you know, I did pull the video of you and Luke to play
Are we
later.
going to show it? Yes, we should show it. I think people will
But
like it.
let's
I
do
can't wait
this
to see
first.
their response.
Let's do this first.
Yes, of course.
And then we'll do Guys and
We're
Gags.
doing social media, I presume, right now.
Yes, I'm in
Yes.
I did a flawless transition into social media.
Flawless
Did you see how
transition.
that worked? But yes. Okay, let me talk a little bit about GaryCon.
Yes.
Okay, so we
Randy, nice beard. Very well trimmed.
I know, he's looking so good.
It's very, what do you call it?
Polished.
Aesthetic. Yeah,
Polished.
It's got a wonderful aesthetic.
Yes.
It's magnificent. Yes.
Okay, so I just want to give a few shout outs to a few things. So first off, we have some GMs lined up. We are finalizing with GaryCon how many games we're going to run for GaryCon. So we might need a couple more, depending.
Oh, yeah.
We're,
On you. And we give a stipend, and we pay, and we're dealing with the badge.
Yes.
What are we all be doing?
but right now we're full on GMs. It just depends on if we're going to play more games.
Okay.
And the stipend is $50 for every 4 hours run.
Got it.
Okay. And then on top of that, I wanted to make sure that anyone who was going out to GaryCon knew that Andrew Grover, this is not organized by Gooey Cube.
Now, this is very important.
Yes.
The house that they are renting does not look like this.
I don't know if this would be a deterrent to D&D
Or an attraction,
or it
yes.
would be an attraction. Yes, exactly. Okay, so
Think
but
about that house. It's never going to get broken into. It's completely protected by green slimes. No one is ever breaking into that house.
I don't know. It depends on what treasure is rumored to be
They
there.
have to kill all the green slimes. You know how you kill green slimes, Cameramendi?
Fire.
You cleanse them with fire. You know what
Yeah.
happens if you burn the house with cleansing it with fire? You don't get the treasure, because the treasure all burns up. Yes.
All
This
this
is
to
what
say.
happens.
Let me
Don't
go
keep
back
going.
on track.
Continue on, Cameramendi.
I believe, okay, so just to make sure everyone knows this is outside of Gooey Cube, so if all this goes wrong, it's not on us. But
Yes, it's not on us. This is
disclaimer.
this is the disclaimer.
Yes.
This is completely Andrew Grover's fault if everything goes into the toilet.
But I believe
That's
they-
where turds go, cameraman.
yeah, Andrew says
Not
it.
on the floor.
Andrew says it might by the end of the weekend. So they are looking for, I believe, 2 more roommates if you're interested in going out for GaryCon. So
And it's a good deal. They're doing a
Yes.
great job. In fact, I'm gonna have to figure out, Cameramendi, you and I are gonna have to figure out how we sneak over there a couple times.
Oh, we
'Cause I'm
definitely
sure it's
should.
gonna be a big party.
yes, indeed.
And I did not say potty. I said
Party.
party.
I
Yes.
got you. I
Yes,
got
because
you.
potty would be the little dog leaving a turd on my foot.
So yes, it's going to be a great time.
Don't anybody say potty in the chat either. We don't want to get Twitch all into Twitch.
I just said it's going to be a great time. I meant GaryCon. The house is an asterisk. I think it will be a great time, but I don't want to give any promises. It is not my fault if it goes wrong. But
nor mine, nor Gooey Cube, nor Gary Con, nor Luke, nor any of those people.
I think it'll be a situation where everyone's out at Gary Con gaming, and then it'll be a good.
And then
situation.
there'll be the late night craziness.
Yes. Wait, what am I missing?
What do you mean? What are you missing?
I missed a thing. Put it back in the chat. Will Gary have online games? I was getting to that now. Oh, I did put your flirt back. I did that. I just want to be very clear.
I appreciate that, cameraman.
But I'm going to take it away after this one. I'm only going to let you have it like once a month because I can't handle it. Can't handle the flirt. But it does go
with the turds.
It goes really well with the picture that's on screen.
It does. Look at that. Sure. In fact, the house could be covered in flirt.
Oh my God.
Look at that, cameraman.
Anyway.
Yes.
I'm just going to cut to myself while we talk about
cameraman. Refrain from yourself.
You know what it really is that I am very gassy today, and the flarp is just covering it for me, if you know what I'm saying.
And let me tell you, we need a little air freshener. All right.
Top quality productions here at Gooey Cube. No potty humor.
I'm sorry, I'm in a good mood today. Just, I'm glad.
I'm glad. You're slap happy.
Week, so
you're slap happy because you've been working really hard, and it has been an interesting week for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Online gaming at Gary Con without fart noises. Okay, so we are finalizing first the games that are going to be running at the convention because I have to get those submitted and get everything finalized for that. Mm-hmm. And then we will be focusing on online games for Gary Con. There will be games run online. We are still determining how many. Pamela, the marvelous Pamela.
Marvelous Pamela.
Yes, we'll be heading up that effort. And so if you are interested in GMing online games, please let Pamela know. Pamela, I can call her Pam. Yeah, no, that will help us determine how many games we can actually run. Someone here?
No, that is the ice maker.
Oh, okay. That ice maker has gotten me a few times, like when I'm here by myself.
Oh, you're like, oh my God, what is that?
I'm like, who is it? I like to say that I'm an adventurer in those moments, but I'm really not. I'm like,
you pull out your axe?
One time I ran out of the building.
Because I would pull out my pipe. Yes, I am ready for you, you evildoer. Bring it.
Okay. I think that's all the Gary Con. Oh, I do want to say one more thing. Because Randy posted in this marvelous social media post, we'll go back to it, that he would be running Guys and Gax. And that is not quite, or the Tomb of Guys and Gax. And that's not quite true.
It's the preamble.
Yeah.
There's a little pre-thing that I'm doing for the Tomb of Guys.
It will be set in the Guys and Gax realm, in the Guys and Gax world, but it will be its own little 4-hour adventure that will be running. So you'll get a flavor of what the Tomb of Guys and Gax will offer. Correct. But it will not be the full.
Because the Tomb of Guys and Gax is going to be a much more robust adventure. You didn't have to bring the picture of the old keep, did you?
I did not.
Oh, you better put that up.
The old keep, is it in the video?
The one that I sent to you. Yes, the one that we worked on so hard with the sunset in the background.
Oh, I do have that. I have that. I will see if I can. I will pull it up for next week. How about that? I don't want to make any promises.
Week? No, we're doing it this week.
Because I need to stay focused on what we're
next
doing.
Week, pardon me,
we're already 15 minutes in, and we barely even started.
I think people are having a great time. Are we having a great time, you shenanigans?
I haven't even been able to look at the chat. What materials will online DMs receive to run their games? So generally speaking, we put together T-shirt packages with like swag and an adventure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we send probably a package, and it depends on how much you run, I think.
Yeah,
so
yes, exactly.
You have to read like a certain amount, but I think the package is overall worth about $100 for online games. Correct. So
we my friends, we always want to try our best to take care of folks. We don't want people to do stuff for free. We don't want people to do stuff for $1 an hour. And we always want you to feel like Gooey Cube is on your side. Yes. All right. So that is really important to me. It's really important to Camera Mandy and all the rest of the Goo crew.
As much as we can be, we want to support.
Yes, of course. Right. Yes. I mean, it's just like supporting the community, right? Ms. Goo said to me, "How many more Kickstarters are you going to back?" And I said, "Probably a lot."
I feel like in this D&D community, you kind of get back what you give.
I think it is good to give.
Yeah.
It's always good to give.
I totally
Even
agree.
if you don't get back, it is still good to give. So.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like,
I agree with you.
Emotionally, like, in terms of, like, interactions with people.
Absolutely.
We sometimes have people, and I don't want to disparage anyone, but we have people who come into the Gooey Den who, like, put up a couple, like posting their stuff every week, but they're not really commenting on other people's posts. and then they don't get as much engagement on their posts.
Right, and that's what people, they don't understand, is that really, and this is Facebook's algorithm.
Yeah.
The more you engage with people, the more they will engage with you. The more they engage with you,
because then
the
your
more
stuff starts
yes, that's
pushing
right.
it out.
Facebook says, oh, people like you, they want to see more of your stuff, right? And so, I mean, now for me, of course, in the Gooey Den, not as just Gooey Cube, I really enjoy it. I really have fun with it.
Well, we love talking with everyone. Like, this is why we do Goo Morning Zyathé every year. Or every year. We do it every
Saturday.
week.
It really is fun. It really is.
We're on episode 116.
Well, Camera Mandy, I haven't talked to you about it, but the changes I want to make at the first of the year, the New Year's resolutions for Goo Morning Zyathé, I think people are going to love it. So, and also, another thing that's coming is that, and I really want you all to put this down, especially all of you all who watch this stream. All right. And by the way, if you want to watch it the first time, go down there and give us a little thank you, subscribe thing, that little like thing that they do on Twitch, and do that for us if you would. But we are going to do submissions for Guys and Gags. And I really, really want, especially a lot of the old Goos, to be a part of this. It is going to be incredibly special, potentially the most special thing that we'll ever do as Gooey Cube, but certainly one of the most special things we've ever done, right along with Genzakon and a couple of others.
So I'm going to go ahead and just play the video.
You want to do, well, no, because we're in the middle of social media.
No, it's fine. You've already ramped this up so much. We're talking about Guys and Gags. I want to show what we're talking about.
All right, I hope you like this. I think it's pretty funny. This is me and Luke. Here we go.
The Tomb of Guys and Gags. We decided to collaborate to bring to you something very special.
An homage, yes?
An homage.
An homage.
An homage, if you would.
To honor the creator of the most amazing game that was ever made.
And it is called The Tomb of Guys and Gags.
Yes, You are players who have the opportunity to visit this marvelous village.
It is where you will find Lukasz Guys and Gags and his family.
A sword-carrying fellow.
Absolutely, absolutely. A strapping and incredibly charismatic.
And very good looking.
Yes, indeed.
There they will meet the Guys and Gags family and perhaps be hired for a very important and yet dangerous quest to go to
the Tomb of Guys and Gags.
You will go there. Yes, your players will infiltrate it, but they might have to go to another place first, the nefarious and dark town, which is named Blood. If
Absolutely.
they know, they know.
If you don't know,
if
you
don't
don't
know,
know.
you might know later. So listen, my friends, the Kickstarter is coming. Luke and I are going to go crazy with all kinds of amazing, wonderful stretch goals.
We may not look flexible, but we're going to have stretch goals.
Yeah. Oh my God. I don't think I can even touch my toes.
New magic items, new creatures, new spells, all sorts of new and exciting things.
And an entire campaign, yes, that people can play as well.
That's right. The Tomb of Guys and Gags.
Camera Mandy, can I just give you a little hand? I think that is magnificent. Yes, and Luke was fantastic in there. Yes, take a bow.
You guys were really, it was so much fun to edit. And you had, you could tell that you two were having the best time with shooting that. And just, they didn't rehearse this at all. This was literally 15 minutes of shooting, them just sitting there coming up with their little gags on the spot, just two masterful GMs just doing their thing. It was awesome.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And I really, did you see the ghost there? Did you all see the ghost of Gary, who's Geralt Guys and Gags, right? That is the ghost. And the father of Lukasz. And Lukasz has come back after being in the wars, brought his family to retire back to Ethholm, which is an anagram and an Easter egg. And there are many of them. Even you just watching that, you probably saw a couple of them in there from the early days.
Okay, Geeky put a really good idea for a stretch goal.
Yeah.
A Gooey Cube Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is such a good idea for a stretch goal.
That's a great idea, Geeky. I will have to think about that. It would have to be an add-on. I don't think think we could afford to include it.
That's
it's probably going to be, even if we go out to our vendor and we try to find that the vendor who's doing this stuff. So we have a new vendor for all of our tchotchkes, all of our swag, yes?
Well, this would probably have to be another vendor who does specifically Hawaiian shirts. I really like this idea. I agree it would have to be an add-on and not a stretch goal.
Yeah, because it's going to have to, we want, I think we want palm
quality
trees with the Gooey Cubes hanging from them like coconuts or Gooey Cubes with palm trees or something like that, right? It needs to be some kind of a pattern like that,
I love this.
Right?
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we'll ponder that. And we need I know we'd need a minimum number and all of that stuff. But we, and it might be that we can't do. It'd have to be just a Hawaiian shirt where we monogram a Gooey Cube or something. Anyway, it's a great idea because for those of you who don't know, Geeky, of course, I should have said it because some people might not know. Gary was famous for wearing Hawaiian shirts. That was his thing.
In fact, there's even a whole day at GaryCon that is a Hawaiian shirt day, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So yes, he's pretty famous for that. So that is, I hope y'all liked that. Was that good? Was that entertaining?
Oh, they loved it. And so we're going to be launching a landing page for Guys and Gax this week.
Yeah, sometime probably towards the end of the week.
And then I'm going to edit the video
but let me interrupt this for a second. This is important.
Okay.
For all of you who are wondering, we are dropping the digitals for the Mornwood campaign book and the adventure next week for sure. That was what I was saying, Come Hell or High Water about. They're so close. Everything is perfect. We're getting a couple more pieces of art done that I wanted to add. Sorry about that, cameraman D. I just do that. And there's a couple of other pieces that we needed that were not quite done. And then we're, of course, proofing the heck out of it. And when we drop the digitals, please, as those of you go through it, right? Kevin found a mistake this morning, which was wonderful that he caught a little mistake that we have to fix. So we always appreciate the community taking a peek at our stuff before we go printing. But we're going to drop the digitals for the two main pieces, right? And probably the maps as well, the two GM area maps, which are, even if normally you will not get that with just buying the adventure, but because of the situation with the Kickstarter, those of you who just bought the adventure and didn't buy the campaign will get the maps. Those of you who did both will get them, of course. So we're very excited about this. It is really come together magnificently, Cameramandy. It is wonderful, and we want to get that done so that we can move forward also with the Guys and Gax Kickstarter.
Okay. So back to the Guys and Gax Kickstarter.
Yes.
And then we'll go back
I just wanted to make sure everyone knew.
And then we'll go back to Blood
all
for the
of
God.
you wonderful people who supported us with Mornwood, I wanted to make sure you knew.
You are getting taken care of.
And wonderfully. Wait till you see more portraits than you expected, more stuff. Harry, I talked to Harry last night, by the way. He was admonishing me quite a bit about adding more stuff all the
Harry.
time.
Thank you. It's always, I love Harry. Can I just say that? Okay, I have a good question from Hans. Where do we pre-register? And that's a good question.
Not yet.
It'll be when we drop that landing page, which will be this week.
Probably Friday.
Yeah, we will make Friday this upcoming week.
Yes, probably Friday this upcoming week. It could be the following Monday, but it's probably this Friday.
Yes, and you get when you register, the free gift is a very cool. What is it? Is it signed? Oh. Okay, I won't say anything. Normally, he's the one jumping the gun. The one time I jumped the gun. Okay, I get
the one time,
camera
one
time.
Oh, the one time,
okay.
Camera Mandy jumps the gun. All right, listen, I need somebody out there to make Camera Mandy jumping the gun because that is a bunch of crap right there. It's a bunch of turds.
No, I'm sorry, jumping the fusilier.
Yes, jumping the fusilier. Okay. We gotta jump the fusel.
Okay, anyway, very exciting. I'm excited for everything that we have coming out. It's all happening.
And you get to contribute to Guys and Gax, and I'm so excited for it. So excited. And this was Belinda. I don't know whether to be excited for this or like, don't do it. Don't do it. Mistake.
It reminds me of our new little party cube. That's the header for the Gooey Den.
So cute.
Yeah, such a cute little. Cute. Okay.
Don't hug the gelatinous cube.
I also like this. It's like a red.
Yes, and you put your dice. Almost. It's a slime. This is a slime.
Oh, it's a slime.
Yeah, well, in the world of Zyathé, this could also be a goo. So remember, in the world of Zyathé, we don't just have slimes and oozes and cubes. We also have goos. So there are goos, oozes, slimes, and cubes, right? Well, that could be a song. Goos, oozes, slimes, and cubes.
Oh.
They come into the dungeon.
Get on it, Rob. Is Rob on here? Any music? Belinda?
That wasn't bad. That was to the gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
I know.
Right? That wasn't bad. Come on, for the spur of the moment.
I want a recording.
They come into the dungeon and they eat you. Yes, that's very good.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what all you crazy people out there do with that. Yeah, very good.
Okay, but
Cher, by the way, magnificent. Yes, she was magnificent.
She is magnificent.
Well, yes, but I mean at the time when she was doing this, that's what I was referring to. She's still alive. I know this.
Okay.
But no, Paul, yes. This is from My Mini Factory. I'm trying to remember if it was Flesh of Gods or which one it was. Oh, DM Stash. He said it.
Yeah.
Mini by DM Stash. Really. So this is actually very, if you're a person who reads the Bible at all, this is very a scriptural description of what the angels sort of looked like, not sort of the way they're depicted in these other images. And,
that's interesting.
Yeah, this is very scripturally accurate. If you
But
want to
can you
call
even
it that.
imagine if you got visited by an angel that looked like this?
Yeah, and it's probably glowing, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like 20 feet tall, you know, and you're looking at it and you're going, well now, nice to meet you. I think I'm going to go have lunch. See you later. But it's beautiful paint job, Paul. Magnificent. Yes, really, really good.
His wife did this.
Oh, she did. Oh,
Yeah, and
Diana. Yes, very good.
we actually had a few really cool. So this one was from Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas put that up, and Thomas is also a great painter, right? And you know, there's quite a few that are really, really magnificent.
Michael put this one up.
Michael, yeah, Bo Crawford, yes, Michael's. In fact, Michael, I got to get some. Michael and I made a deal. He's going to do some painting for me, and I still haven't gotten him the damn figures to paint.
Well, if you want, I can come over to your house and pick out the figures and ship them to him.
Let me just finish the Blood for the Con.
Fair enough.
I just want to finish. That's Sunday, so I'm actually playing today. I get to play a game. I'm very excited. The marvelous players in my game are coming into an interesting part in the Arbenden Forest in the northeastern area of the Boonderland in the Republic of Zoranthia. Yes, and I mentioned this before. It's like The Quick and the Dead. Yes, it's based on that movie. Very fun. Anyway, this is magnificent, Michael. Love it. Beautiful.
I tried to, also, I grabbed it, but I think it did not go into my screenshots. I did a little reel yesterday of Harry's Oculix.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
You can't put it?
I'd have to grab it again. It didn't go through into my Dropbox.
We can show it next week.
Yeah. But anyway, keep in mind, Harry is doing Creative Goo on Thursdays.
Yes, on Thursdays. Magnificent. I was there this last Thursday for about half of it. I was doing some other work, and then when I got with my day job, and then when I got done with that, I jumped on. It was really, really good.
Yes. Handouts. I think it was handouts for your campaign. It was. So anyway, I didn't get a chance to watch it because
Harry was talking about things like these dry erase things, so you could do quick handouts and those. Very, very cool. Yeah. It's really, really cool.
So it's on this channel, so just go check that out. Now, this is the Gooey Guild YouTube channel where we're posting Harry's Creative Goos. However, I also want to bring a lot of attention to Copper Dragon Productions. They are doing a Red Star Rising actual play. And the level of production on this, it's all audio.
Yes.
But they have music in the background. They're editing it as an audio drama. It is actually very well produced.
We're really excited to have them put it forth and really honored because they wanted to do the Red Star Rising, in particular the Darkest Dream, because the tale and that really made our day, and we are excited to have them do this and can't wait to hear it. I just can't wait.
Yeah.
In fact, we should, when they do, they already got the trailer. We should have them come on the stream.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, we should definitely do that.
Let's have them come on the stream.
Yeah.
And then we can play a little bit of it and do all of that stuff.
It's like, and it's very funny. Like there's several times I've laughed out loud.
Yeah.
It's really well done. So you can find them under Copper Dragon Productions. They're posting it on like Spotify. Well, I don't know if it's on Spotify, but they're posting it on those audio, like Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. And they're also posting it on YouTube. You can find them on the Gooey Guild YouTube under this playlist. And again, it's all audio. But so it's like fun to just plug it in and listen to it while you're driving. It's really good.
Absolutely.
So anyway, okay. So now we have a couple other things. Speaking of shenanigans.
Yes, I like this a lot, except for that I really want a little more power. I wanted it +1 +2. Yes.
I really like the idea of Alphinius being a satyr for a little portion of his life.
Yes, Chet, you made my day. It made me cackle.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Yes. Okay. And then I think all that's left is some of your post, Alphinius.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is very, very good.
So what is this?
So this, I don't want to give away too much because it's in Blood for the Con and the Truth Lies Cold. So the way we did this, and we're going to be talking about this, we talk about Blood for the Con. Blood for the Con is a complex tale, which is, I tend to do more complex tales generally, right? I just like them. And when we're going through it, we'll explain. But there is part of that.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt this. So Chet put in the chat, has he seen the newest shenanigan posted this morning?
There's a shenanigan this morning.
And I just looked at it. I'm going to grab it. And so that way you can see it.
I'm flirting right now, Kimberly.
Oh my God. Wait till you
It's
see
not
this.
flirting that well. There we
Just
go.
wait till you see
That's better
what Chet
flirting
did.
right there.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut back. I just wanted to explain why I suddenly burst into fits of laughter. I will have that for you in just a second here. You keep talking.
Can we continue? I don't even remember what I was talking about this.
Yes.
So the Truth Lies Cold is actually, so the way we did Blood for the Con and the Mornwood, right, is a little bit to help those who maybe have not done as much what do we call sandbox stuff, okay? So the Mornwood campaign is structured around Blood for the Con, but it's certainly not required that Blood for the Con be part of it. But what we're trying to demonstrate is how you can take an adventure, put it in the middle of a sandbox, and let the sandbox also be part of the adventure. So this, Truth Lies Cold, is one of the mini adventures that we're including with part of the Kickstarter. But when we actually sell the Blood for the Con, this will be a bonus mini adventure that literally comes along with it. That will be our goal. And so this is an important tale as part of Blood for the Con. It is not critical to Blood for the Con, but it is part of the tale. So, Mendy, I don't know why this TV keeps doing whatever it's doing.
It's because I'm doing
It's because
something.
you're doing things. Okay, fine. So anyway, this is a interesting creature that perhaps...
You know what else is an interesting creature?
Yes. That's how Fabio. Look at that chest hair. God, Chet. Is this a sex joke, Mendy? We're talking about turds.
Maybe just keep in mind that there might be little ears listening, so maybe we don't go into too much detail of what is said here.
Chet. God.
There's layers on this poster.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Okay, all right. I'm settling down. This product is intended for use with hair, you pervs.
I think that Chet gets the first button.
Oh God, the problem is, Patrick did such a nice job with his newsletter, but I think you're right, Mendy. Oh my, well, you know what? Maybe we got to do a couple of buttons. Really good. Really good. Really good. All right, enough.
No, I need to keep this up on screen.
So Fabio has a flarp tattoo. All right.
You, Alphinius and Fabio, have something in common.
I do not have a flarp tattoo. Let's be clear.
Oh my God.
Oh Lordy. All right. Onward.
That was why I cackled.
Yeah, I see that.
Okay. Okay. We have a couple
We were
more
talking
things.
about Blood for the Con.
Yes, I have a couple more things.
Okay, let's do a couple more things, then we'll do the Blood for the Con thing. So I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to sit back, Mendy. I'll still try to stay centered. So my friends, I'm really excited because we are doing this bonus map as part of the Kickstarter, which will be able to be received for people who order Blood for the Con, the Mornwood campaign in the future. But this is actually what we call a regional map. So I mentioned this last week, where we have our world map, we have our continental maps, and then we have basically our local maps. So that's basically what we have in terms of our map creation. But when we are talking about a place like the Mornwood, it's about 200 or so square miles, something like that. We want to be able to do a map of at least a big part of those kinds of places and those kinds of locations. So this is the first one we've ever done. And if you look at that, you can kind of see on that far left side, you got the little things that are sort of there. There's the Shallow Grave Distillery, which we'll talk about in a little bit, the Pfeifendoos, there's Zogzendein, there's the far side in town, right on the edge of the river, and so you can see these little accoutrements that are in even Flemington, which is kind of to the north, right, just almost being cut off. So this is a regional map, and this is the look of our regional map, which is a lot more like the look of our continental maps. But it's going to have a lot more detail, obviously, than our continental maps. So this will give you not just the wonderful map that we have that is showing the Eston Shore area and sort of that fringe area that they call in the Mornwood, but this will give you the whole Mornwood if you want to be cruising around. I really we got the Oasith, which just got finished. That wonderful, you saw it, Cameramandy, that magnificent obelisk, that massive
I brought it.
obelisk. Oh, you brought it. Oh, you actually brought that. Yes.
When I say I brought it, I mean I snapped
Now
it.
this is actually not the final image. This was the one that was right before, because we put a couple trees in front of it and all of that stuff. Wanted to give it more feel of scale, but this is actually the thing that is part of the representation and the returning of the Oavao. And so this is right in the heart of the Shadow Veil, right in the middle of the. I mean, that's great. I mean, I hope you all love this. And we are trying so hard with our artworks and our tales to really bring this wonderful depth to them and this wonderful oomph to them, so that they really add to the world and make your game mastering life wonderful. So very excited about that. Okay, we're gonna do this?
Yes.
All right.
Well, I mean, I could just go back and.
So some of you in here have played Peculiar Brews.
No?
If only I had a body like that, Cameramandy. I need to do a little more lifting of weights.
You're fine.
Look at that V shape. So I'm really excited about this, because for those of you who know Peculiar Brews, and Peculiar Brews will be going totally out of print here very soon, because Peculiar Brews.
It's really never been in print. It's never been available.
Well, it'll still be available, right, for people who game master. So if we're running it at a convention,
yes,
right?
Yes, but it's not really something that it's just like you couldn't have purchased it. The only way to have gotten
Correct.
it was to game
or
master.
get a prize. Or you win a prize, right? Didn't we give a couple out as a prize? I think we did.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, maybe we have to do that anyway, because people love that. Very collectible.
Yes.
And then, me, I'm a crazy collector, right?
I know.
So we took Peculiar Brews, which was the first part of Blood for the Con, which was the first part of the tale, and sort of revamped it a little bit, added some things, put more to it, right? So it is chapter 1 of Blood for the Con, Peculiar Brews. And now we've been working on chapter 2. And so this whole thing, and we're going to do at least 2 parts of the sort of preview here. And I got to be a little careful, Cameramandy, because I can't be doing too many spoilers, because there might be players in the thing. But I'll give you enough that you'll be like, ooh, that sounds cool. So this is Blood for the Con, and it will be again for levels 2 to 5. But we're gonna give you the chance that if you want to go higher than that, you probably could with the Make It Tougher that we're going to be putting in here. So let's kick it, cameraman. Let's go to the thing. So the tale begins. So first of all, this mornwood, the moor fog and the broom and all this is floating around, this sort of corrupted and twisted trees and this place that basically has been left untouched for some 1150 annums, because of what happened after the War of Ruin, and they just abandoned it. And then slowly it began to take shape and began to grow, and there's a wonderful history about the Mornwood and how it got there. And then it got corrupted because of this place called Eidolon, and then also this thing came here, and this whole Oavao thing, and so it's really a wonderful mix of really interesting stuff. And so we've got some wonderful artworks because there's all these ruins that are in there. But the tale begins. Go ahead, cameraman. With our friend Andrea, Lady Andrea Arnold, and Commander Donald Arnold, who in one way or another are going to hire, for lack of a better term, patron a group of adventurers to enter into the Mornwood to seek a particular thing that a certain individual who is known only as the Khan is also seeking. And this is a whole noble sort of thing going on. So basically it's sort of the nefarious things that go on under the table, right? Where the government is sort of marginally turning their face aside, and the nobles are acting in their ways and doing all of that stuff. And so this tells the tale of the Arnold family, and it tells, not extensively, but enough to get it started. And by the way, these are magnificent, aren't they, cameraman?
I love these portraits. And then they cosplayed as these characters at Genghis Khan.
Yeah,
so good. On our stream, which you can find on Gooey Cube's YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's really really fun to have them and to honor them, because Donnie and Andrea, I can't. The problem is I did Andrea in the adventure, and Andrea is the real name of Andrea.
I know, and you just got credit in the chat for getting it right. And then
Andrea is the real Andrea,
mm-hmm.
and Andrea is the one in Blood for the Con because it's AUNDREA. So and then so I'm giving it my best.
You're doing a great job.
Is Andrea here today?
Donnie.
Is Donnie here today?
Was, but you actually got it from
somebody else.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so they're going to hire these marvelous adventurers and send them into the Mornwood, and particularly in the Fringe area. And this is where our maps come in. And I cannot tell you, I've told you, many of you know this, I'm a map freak, I love them. And this is what we've been working on, and I've showed some pictures in the Gooey Den and a couple of things in Discord, where you can really get an idea of how this is shaping up. And if you have Peculiar Brews, you know that just sort of the left-hand side of this map is all that is sort of contained in that area. But in this publication of Blood for the Con, it's going to be a much more extensive map that you can see. And Cameraman, can you zoom in just a little bit? I gave you a pretty high resolution version. So you could
also, both of them are here, just so you know.
Oh, hello, my friends.
Yes.
Love you both.
So
this has got Lunago, Hunting Estates.
Just peek to the side of the map. This other way.
Oh.
There you go.
Hello, it is I, Alphinius. Yes, I have burly muscles.
Yeah.
I can't really show them. Well, you just have to trust me on that.
Okay.
So anyway, this has all of the Eston Shore, which is that left-hand area, which you can see right there. That's got the broken citadel, which is the ruins of Fornastus Keep. And Jens did a lot of work on this, as well as a number of other people, really to shape up this history of Fornastus Keep and what happened in the old days as we put together the Darkenhaven materials. But this has got a lot of wonderful little places. So here you have your sandbox, right here. And the base of operations, if you want to call it that, is right there, sort of at the bottom to the left of the cube, above the Haunted Hollow, which is called the Shallow Grave Distillery.
Oh, I did this wrong. What did I do?
I don't know, because I had them. Oh, yeah, but it's there. You bring it in, right?
Sorry.
So there is the Shallow Grave Distillery. And again, now you're seeing it, right? And this isn't even as high a resolution as our maps are, but you can see how beautiful that our maps are. And I love this because you can show these to your players, and they just add so much to the accoutrement, to the feel, to the immersion of this place. Because, that, along with some handouts and pictures, some wonderful miniatures, if you've got a few of them, really bring this thing to life. So this is the Shallow Grave. So the Shallow Grave, we actually will include, we weren't going to do this, but we did decide it was important, because in a sandbox adventure, lots of things can happen. So this is a 4-story structure, and it has the common room and the kitchen and the distillery sort of down in the bottom. And then, and of course, when you come to it, yes, there's interesting people that you will meet. But the distillery is sort of an inn and a tavern and a distillery as well. And it's right there on the fringe, and it caters a lot to adventurers and people who are wanting to explore the Mornwood, and then the locals who are trying to sort of eke out a living in this area of the Mornwood called the Fringe. And there's a wonderful tale around it. And when you get your Blood for the Con adventure, you're actually going to get the floor plans of the Shallow Grave, the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th floors, as well as the basement. And we're very excited for it because they look great. And now we didn't do a whole bunch of detailing of it, because that's really, it doesn't play a huge part in the tale, but we wanted you to have it, so that if your players are doing a little more than they might normally do at an inn, or what they normally do at an inn, as it were, we want to make sure that they've got room to move and you've got room to play.
You can always put something.
Oh, many things. Camera Mendy, these players, they break into other people's rooms, right? They have their own rooms broken into. They find dead bodies. They find rats that are actually, simulacrums that are sneaking around. I mean, there's all kinds of crazy things that happen in these inns, so we wanted to give Game Master. So this is just some of the interesting personalities that your party will meet when they come to the Shallow Grave. And this is sort of the beginning of the tale in the Mornwood, after they have been dispatched by Lord Donald and Lady Andrea. So
I'm actually excited for you to talk about this.
Yes. So it's sandboxy and not, right?
Yeah, because it's like, how do you make a pre-written
So this is a real
sandbox.
question that people ask all the time. And really, you have to make a pre-written module more sandboxy if you want it to be more sandboxy, right? Good parties tend to follow breadcrumbs because following breadcrumbs makes it a lot easier on the game master, makes it more interesting in the tale, and frankly, honestly, doing what is at least reasonably if you are a reasonable character in the world and this sort of thing came up and it was a reasonable thing to do, doing the reasonable thing is probably the right way to play the game generally, right? Rather than just being a party of chaos, right? Now, you can be a party of chaos on my table. I do not care, right? You might face consequences for that chaos. It's just the truth because making chaos often brings chaos, right? As you said earlier, Cameramandy, right? You do well, you help, right? It tends to come back to you. You do chaos, it tends to come back to you, yes? So what we set this thing up so that you have this marvelous tale called Blood for the Con. And it has a fairly consistent structure to it, right? Of what's going on, what can happen and all of that. There's obviously room to move because you have to have room to move in these adventures, in my opinion. But all around it is this area called the Fringe. And there are all kinds of things going on in the Fringe that you can add, some things we denote, that you can bring more to the tale and make it more sandboxy if you want to. And that's what we want to try to do with all of our stuff, is to give room for the game masters to add to it. But if you ponder it, there's a few things about a pre-published adventure that are just the truth, right? A pre-published adventure, unless you're really trying to structure an adventure as a sandbox without so much of a directed tale, it's hard to make them not a little bit railroady.
Well, I would argue it's almost impossible in that how can you possibly think of every scenario that every player would, and I think we've actually once got a complaint to that effect from Red Star Rising, and I think you responded to that really well, which was
you can't plan for eventuality, every eventuality. It's impossible. And frankly, honestly, there is some validity to some of the pushback that we get from game masters every once in a while. And I will tell you the truth. It is. And it is my intention, right? Because I so much want to give a little bit of fun and mystery to the game masters.
Yeah.
I so much want them to kind of go, what is that? And so we try to put in sort of little cliffhangers for game masters where they don't really know what's going on. And those things that typically, at least the way we believe we've structured it, will not affect the game. And frankly, I'm going to tell you straight up, I do this all the time, and it's very reasonable. It is okay to tell your players, you don't know. I don't know. I've used that many times. I don't know what that means. You're going to have to figure it out, right? And so sometimes players, they're so dogged, right? They have to know. Well, get used to it, buckwheat. This is the way it's going to be. You don't know, right? And honestly, for me and my table and the experiences for many years of game mastering, a little bit of delayed gratification is good.
Well, it can be like this aha moment.
Yes, and that's when you get the chills down your spines, Sorry, keep going, Cameramandy.
Oh, okay. Anyway, all that to say, though.
But you can't see you right now.
I know. I don't know. I don't know where my button is that I'd have to... Here.
It's a button.
Hi. Okay. All this to say, so in the actual adventures, I do like the idea, I liked when we played Peculiar Brews, that there really was this open, possibility situation where we could go in many different directions and have a fun outcome no matter where we went. But if you want a true sandbox, I do actually think we create those, and those are the lore books and the Darkenhaven that we're creating, and Gloomport, and even the Mornwood itself. So
then we create mini sandboxes. For example, the Carnival is an example.
Oh yes,
is a mini
you can
sandbox.
Do so much in Carnival,
and it can do it in different orders.
Right.
And I am relatively certain that there is no group that has run that Carnival that is exactly alike.
Or the Mansion.
Oh yeah, the Mansion is absolutely sandboxy.
Yeah,
it's
so you have
confined sandbox, right?
Overarching story that you have to get to, but
you don't have to. They could just.
No, that's true. You could just live in the haunted house for however. Yeah, no, that's very true.
Well, and I'm excited again because we created kind of a base of operations there for the party as well. Right?
Andrew, who ran Peculiar Brews at Genghis Khan. Yeah, it says Peculiar Brews is an excellent sandbox structure, and I actually do agree with that. So I really like your philosophy here, and I think it's really helpful.
Well, thank
you.
To
kind of also discuss, and maybe we put a little our philosophy in.
Oh yeah, maybe we could do that in
a little
this one,
note to
in
the
this
game
one. Yeah,
masters.
that's a good idea because and tell them to make sure they download it. You know, what we need to start doing, what we need to do, Camera Mandy, is every adventure we produce, we got to put a read this first in there, just like Apple does.
I have something very exciting to talk about. Andy created for Gooey Cube a guide to how to build our 1.5 characters pre-gens.
Oh yes.
And how to build like a Gooey character, since we believe in longer. Hi, lady. Hi, sweetie. Sorry,
Listen, I just don't want no pee.
Anyway, all that to say, that will actually be going. We'll be updating our philosophy document, and that will be going.
And putting that in there.
And then we'll also offer it as an FAQ on the website and just for printouts for people, so that way they can build characters that work for our campaigns.
Yes, and also speaking of Andy, I think we're doing the Gooey party on Wednesday night again at his house.
At Genghis Con, yes. If you're coming out to Genghis, come out Wednesday night or come out Wednesday.
We just destroy his house. It's horrible.
We do not. Maybe this year. We weren't as comfortable last year, but now we've been there once before.
Been there, we just tear it up.
Yeah.
Yes, and Andy, I got an idea for a little progressive game we might want to consider that we might want to do as part of the party. I don't know yet. We'll talk about it, but very excited. And thank you to Andy for opening his home to us. And really, we had such a wonderful time last year. And Luke came with us, right? Did Donnie and Andrea didn't show up, though. I don't think they could.
I think they're very busy during Genghis Con
busy
weekend.
The night before. But
if they want to come this time,
Andrea.
Anyway, all this to say, though, I'm sorry, we're totally off track. I love the idea that you have done with these adventures. And I do agree that you could say that, like, this is a sandbox and an adventure.
Go wherever you want, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a little more work on the game master, right? Some places we've outlined already, and most of them are outlined in the Mornwood campaign book. So if you have both, you've got a lot of help.
Oh, I mean, that's so amazing that you'd be able to, like, if you wanted to expand out Blood for the Con even further, you could take what is written in the campaign, the Mornwood setting, and expand that out. It's awesome.
So this is the spiders from Spiderdale. I've posted these before. I love them. This was done by our marvelous Kishore. This is Fornastus Keep. So if you just go back to the map real quick, right? It's just the one you just had, right? So if you look at the top right, you can see the green. It says Spiderdale up there. You look down down there. You see the Shallow Grave Distillery. You can see.
As a player, I just love this. I'm sorry. Like, as a player, I love that you put a map in front of me and, like, so it's not just me and my imagination. And I know sometimes it is really fun to just, like, do theater of the mind.
This helps.
Yeah.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, Camera Mandy. Even wonderful imaginators, to give them something to dance with in their imaginations and scroll out just a little bit because I guess we can't quite see it. So Fornastus Keep is all the way there at the top. With the little wall, you can see it right to the left of Spiderdale. That's where Fornastus Keep was. So we were looking at those, and I just wanted folks to know that we've provided some support for all of these things. And I really want to do, and I think it will happen in the second part of Blood for the Con, which is called Revenge of the Con. I think they will come to Fornastus Keep. So we're kind of excited about doing that. And they might even go to Luna Glow Lake, which that was a Carrie's. I put a lake in there, and Carrie came up with the name of it. I think she did. I think it was. And
sounds like a Carrie edition.
And found this beautiful image.
Do I have it?
I don't know if you got Luna Glow Lake. I didn't put it in there. I was going to put it in next time because really I'm dealing with the fringe. And we came up with this hunters thing and the weird thing going on in the lake, and it's just fun. It's just really it's wonderful. And so running around this Mornwood fringe area, which Eston Shore is really a part of. And the most area that is habitated, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Just kind of like running around the city. All right, let's keep going. So there's lots of ruins, right? Many of you have seen these. There's Zogzendine, which is this very interesting place that your party can go to. In fact, they will go to it likely in Blood for the Con, and have an interesting thing happen there. I think that they will be very interested in. And then keep going, Camera Mandy. And then I want to talk a little bit about the baddies. So there's a number of baddies in here, and you'll find out about all of them in the Mornwood campaign.
I am sorry if there's like weird ASMR going on. My dog is like cuddling the microphone.
What is ASMR?
It's like where you like.
ASMR?
Yeah, is that what it's called?
I don't know.
I've
never heard of ASMR.
It's where you like make weird noises. Well, some of it is used for like making weird noises into a microphone. And
is that like the guy who was on Spaceballs?
I don't know.
The bleeps and the creeps.
Some of it can
bleeps.
be like calming and relaxing. It's like someone just talking really nicely and blah blah blah, auditory noises. But yeah, if there's like weird like licking noises, it's my dog
Anyway, so there are a number of interesting factions that are hanging out in the Mornwood. And the first of the baddies, these wonderful Necrobloom circle, the Necrosic Druids. And they're not the only group of Necrosic Druids that are in the Mornwood. But this is the sort of the first layer that your players will kind of come up against. And I think you're going to love them. They're actually a new character class. You're going to have to manage that a little bit if you end up with a player wanting to run one, because they have an interesting mission. But this was done by Benjo, really, really beautiful piece of artwork. And I love the Necrosic Druids. They've got growths and other things going on. And then, of course, their leader, who is Andros the Defiler. And
that was just a perfectly timed Andros the
I think I threw up a little bit in my mouth. That's because your little doggy left a turd on my boot.
Yes, you did not.
The smell, and you got the flarps. God. Sorry.
It's fine.
Andros the Defiler, who, again,
very scary.
But they'll have to deal with this guy quite a bit, we aren't sure whether they'll get him in the end or they'll not. That's a little bit of your option as you go forward. So we'll see how Andros, and of course the Necrosic Druids are making these sort of new kind of semi-dead things that are called necromantic creatures, and necromantic zombies. We call them walkers, necromantic skeletons, and others like that. And I can't wait, Camera Mandy, because there's a character that we put in last minute into Blood for the Con, who is a necromantic skeleton, whose name's Sweet Al, and she is magnificent. I'm gonna show her next week. She's
okay.
Really, really fun. She's
Sweet Al,
and she's probably gonna line. She's Alissa is her name. I gave a little love to our Allies here, right? So she is going to. She's got the potential to join the party, and a very interesting character, and I think a lot of fun. And the image of her is magnificent. So we'll talk about Sweet Al a little bit next week.
I'm excited.
And I hope everyone, thank you. I know many of you were on the stream back to Kickstarter, and thank you for doing that. It helped us a lot, got us through a couple of tough months, and we're getting all this stuff out to you. So we're going to get that out, and then hopefully Guys and Gags is going to be big. And I've never asked the favor that I'm going to ask of you when we do Guys and Gags, to tell everyone you know, to push it out there as best as you can. We're going to spend a lot of money in advertising. Like I said, it very well could be the greatest thing we ever do as Gooey Cube, given the subject matter. And I promise that Luke and I are going to make something incredibly spectacular, along with the help of our marvelous Goo crew and our wonderful Gooey artists. So I guess we're getting long, so I'm not going to read. So
that's fine. I have a note from Donnie.
Donald.
ASMR,
yes, Lord Commander.
ASMR is an autonomous sensory meridian response.
Autonomous sensory meridian response.
Is a tingling sensation that usually begins at the scalp and moves down to the back of the neck and upper spine. And
so that's what happens when you get to figure out the mystery. You get an ASMR.
Summarized it as it's something that gives you chills.
Chills up the back of your neck.
When you have like certain sounds. But
it's only from sounds. It's not, it can't be from like a discovery. Like, as I tell you, I want to tell you this, my friends, my Game Master friends. I truly believe, and I have seen it countless times, that a great mystery that involves discovery can gin up the table better than combat. I really believe this. I've seen it too many times. Now, it has to be a good mystery. It has to do that ASMR thing on the back of their necks. But you do that, and that table is bang, right? They are right there.
Becky says it can be from any sense.
Very good. Very good.
Chet says that he has this every time he watches Goo Morning Zyathé.
Oh, Chet, that makes my day.
So
I see that every time I look at one of your artworks. And we're going to put that Black Cat potion place in the Gloomport.
Ooh.
We got to do it. We got time.
I love that.
Because we're getting Darkenhaven out first. And Darkenhaven is really pretty close. We just it's a massive proofreading job. Just proofreading. It's hundreds of pages. I mean, the boxes weren't supposed, wherever they are, the boxes weren't supposed to be that big. They had to be.
We've talked a lot today about.
All right.
So
enough.
we will go down that path, but we will go down it a different day. You said in your event that we were going to talk about a giveaway.
Yes.
And I'm curious to hear what this is.
So right now, my friends,
okay,
I want you to put in.
Whoa. before we do this, like, is this like a weekly thing?
Yeah, it's a weekly. It's a build up. So they get extra entries.
Oh, it's so much work.
We can assign it to Shiloh. Shiloh, our magnificent new social media person. She's amazing. And she wants to help. She is like determined. Have you seen her?
I know. I really love her.
And she loves what we're doing. And we gave her brother a little shot.
Oh yeah, her brother's an artist, and he's going to be doing.
Yep,
yeah,
we're going to give him a little shot. So we'll have Shiloh help us.
Okay. Well, fine. Tell me what it is.
So we're going to give away a free Mornwood campaign. Okay, campaign book, a campaign set.
I just feel like everyone who watches, most people who watch,
they can give it to a friend.
Okay.
Everyone likes a second copy because they are collectors. Believe me, I know all this, right?
Okay.
And it will be signed by yours truly. So now that makes it really eminently not much more collectible.
Okay, that's fine. So we are going for a signed Mornwood campaign
set.
Now, does that include like the whole?
That includes the lore book, the Game Master reference book, all of the special portraits, all of the little handouts that are in there, the magic items, special item cards that are in there, even some gooey rewards that are specific to the Mornwood, and yes, the 2 maps.
Okay.
That's a heck of a deal, cameraman dear.
Free. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even a deal; it's free. So
that's the deal.
The deal is that you come watch us and you get.
You can get this. I think people like. Listen, is that good, friends?
Okay.
That's not weak.
Hashtag
Mornwood.
Mornwood.
MOURN WOOD.
But I mean, if you spell it wrong, it's fine. We still accept your entry because it's all manually done.
Because some people could put in MORN like it's morning, but it's morning.
You know, they're still doing !D, which was from when we were doing that little adventure from like a year and a half ago. You were writing this cute little adventure. Yeah. And so it was always a joke because !D was always the wrong one.
Oh.
And so we still, if anyone ever sees !D, that is the wrong answer.
Never put in !D. Yes.
Are we ever going to get back to that?
I don't know. Do people, what we need to do
I still have a list of people
we need to talk to all of our friends. So Gigi gave me a couple really good ideas from the stream that he thinks will augment it. I want to take Goo Morning to the next level even after the first of the year. So, we have a lot of fun, but I want to even make it better for people. I want them to value the hour that we're doing, and I want to bring more guests on the stream. So there's a lot of things that I'm excited to pursue.
So more poop jokes. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on, Bendy.
Please
You're so facetious. Now take the little turd maker and we'll take her outside after we're done.
I know.
Hello, little turd maker.
She's getting a little restless, Miss Lady Gray over here.
Little Lady Gray.
There's some support in the chat for it, but I feel like there's other people who are too kind to say, please don't.
Please don't. That could be. We have a lot of nice, polite people.
Yes.
Do we?
The people
do
who like
we
the
really,
are the ones who are going to be, yes.
Do we really have a lot of nice, polite people in the
Bigger
chat?
poop jokes. Not just you.
My friends, much love to all of you. Thank you for joining with us on Saturdays. Thank you for supporting this crazy thing we call Gooey Cube. I cannot tell you how excited I am to put these Mornwood materials in your hands. We'll start with the digitals like we always do. We'll give it a few days before we send them off to press. As soon as we sort of haven't heard much from anybody, we're going to send them off to press. And
now we got hashtag Goo Poo, hashtag Gooey Poo,
there is no, okay,
Gooey Goo, Gooey Cube.
Do Gooey Cubes poop, cameraman? This is a big question.
That is a good
we're going
question.
to ask. This is going to
be
an
excellent thought process. Sorry, my dog is like ready. We have got to go.
Okay, because our dog got to go. That's the problem. Right? All right, we're gonna talk about. Can't forget now, cameraman. The Gooey Cubes poop.
We need to put this up in the den and get people, whoever's in the chat.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it because otherwise, unless you're somebody who posts often, you're not going to get no likes because Facebook is mean.
Yeah, the algorithm sucks.
Yes, we don't like Facebook.
Okay.
Anyway, we appreciate that they give us a den, though. That's nice.
Yes.
Of course. We're the ones who bring people to Facebook for the Gooey Den, so we're actually doing Facebook a favor. Cheers to you, my friends, you Facebook supporters, you Discord supporters, you Instagram supporters. May you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Saturday. I hope no dog poops on your boot, no pooping on the boot. Yes, and may all your adventures be sticky. Ha-ha!